G'day and welcome to this Australian Open Live. It's the Spotlight Series and today we're shining a spotlight on Wimbledon and the WTA Tour, the Australian women that will be playing in the first round at Wimbledon 2022. We'll just quickly run through them now in the intro. Ajla Tomljanovic, Jamie Fawless, Zoe Hives, Daria SAVILLE, Astra Sharma and Maddison INGLIS, and of course the one name missing that we all wish was there, the Australian Open champion from 2022, Ash Barty. She's retired and boy, who can take up that mantle? So what we'll be doing is we'll be introducing you to those first round matches for each player, who they're up against, which players they're up against, their head-to-head record, looking at their run of form into Wimbledon, the last 10 matches, how their 2022's going in terms of their win-loss stats, and just a little bit of commentary around what we hope to expect out of the results of those matches. So strap yourselves in. It'll be a fun little exercise. We'll be doing the men in other episodes coming up today or tomorrow as well. And for the moment, we'll leave you with the sights, sounds, summer of Australia, the Australian Open 2022. Don't go away. We'll be right back. So we're halfway through our preview and kicking off this next preview, Daria SAVILLE. She's up against Viktoriya Tomova from Bulgaria. And head-to-head, these players also meeting for just the second time. Their first meeting, Tomova won that on clay. So you would like to think that SAVILLE is a really good chance here, the naturalised Australian, originally from Russia, and she's married to the Australian doubles player, the former boys champion, Luke Saville, and she's ranked 96 in the world and has been as high as 20. And if she can just get some consistency going, maybe she can crack that the top 50 and just do it incrementally. Now, Tomova, not a really well-known name. She's ranked 128 at the moment, and she's been as high as 103. She's 27, so these two girls are incredibly well matched, and no doubt have come across each other on the tour from time to time. Maybe they were actually hitting partners. Now, Saville's 2022 win-loss stats. She's had probably more losses than she would have liked. She's only going at 50% win rate for her last 10 matches. But overall in 2022, not too bad. She's won 19 out of her 40-odd matches. Now, Tomova, she'll be feeling pretty pleased with herself. She's played around 50 matches so far and won half of them, so that's pretty good. Now, on grass, the key stat coming into Wimbledon. Daria has broken even, winning 3, losing 3 on grass, and out of her 5 matches, Tomova, she's won 3 of those. So you would have to say, you would like to think, as an Australian especially, come on, we're a little bit biased in this case, that you would like to think that Saville will get through this match, and hopefully she can do it in 2 sets. And these 2 players will be they'll be presenting for their match at Court 8 with a 7 p.m. start. Our next match preview for Wimbledon 2022 round 1, Astra Sharma, and she's playing Tatjana Maria of Germany. So the German player, not really that well known, but she's going quite well. She's getting into the last third of her career. She's ranked 106 in the world at the moment, has been as high as 46. Astra Sharma, well, she's well into her 20s now, currently ranked 136, has been as high as 84. So you'd like to think, if you were Astra Sharma, you'd like to think you're in with a big chance here. These 2 players have never met. Astra's got plenty of tour experience, and is 84 as a career high, currently 136. There's really very little margins around the top 200, so she'd have to like her chances here, surely, especially the German probably being more comfortable on clay courts and hard courts. So if we look at their win-loss stats for 2022, the German, Tatjana, she's her last 10 matches, she's only won 5 of them, and she's running at a 31 win, 16 loss record for 2022. Astra Sharma, her record's not too shabby. She's also only won 50% of her last 10 matches. She's won 11 out of the last 25, 30 matches so far in 2022. So she'd be really looking to dig into her reserves of mental resilience in her game, because on grass she's really well matched against the German. The German running at a 5-4 win-loss record on grass in 2022, whereas Sharma is kicking up above the 50 to 60% win-loss ratio. So you would like to think that this is a pretty even match going in, and don't be surprised if this goes 3 sets, and don't be surprised if the winner is pushed all the way in a tiebreaker. Now just keep in mind that tiebreakers in Grand Slams, there's also been changes there where they play to the best of 10, I believe it is, and I'll be happy for anyone to correct me if I'm wrong. Now, the other thing about these 2 players is they both have titles wins. So Astra Sharma really well matched up against Tatjana Maria, and don't let the win-loss stats mislead you at all. We think Astra's got a really good chance, and then we'll be right back after some sights, sounds, summer of tennis. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Leading into our final match preview on the WTA Tour, the Australians fronting up in the first round at Wimbledon is a well-known name to this Australian Open life, Maddison INGLIS. She had a great run at the Australian Open and just fell short of a little bit of glory. Now she is playing, she is up against the Hungarian player, Dalma Galfi, who is currently inside the top 100 at 81. It's her highest ranking yet, so she'll be feeling extremely confident going into this Grand Slam. And they've met before, these two, and Maddison INGLIS actually did lose to the Hungarian player on a hard court in 2022. Now her ranking is very respectable, 129. She's been as high as 112, and she's just hitting her peak as a professional player, and hopefully she'll be breathing a sigh of relief now that the worst of COVID is behind us, as far as being able to travel and get around to all the tournaments around the globe. Now the win-loss stats for 2022, the Hungarian player is on fire. She has won her last 5 matches in a row, and that takes her win record up to 24 out of 35 or 40 so matches for 2022. The Australian, Maddison INGLIS, she's played a lot of matches, but unfortunately she's lost her last 3 matches in a row and only won 2 of her last 7 matches in 2022. So come on, Maddison, you've got to get your act together for this first round Wimbledon match and turn it around. And anything's possible in professional sport, because although she's in ranked about 50 to 60 places lower, the margins are very fine at this level. And here's the stat that proves it. On grass court, both have played more than 5 matches. The Hungarian has won her last 5 matches on grass in a row, but Maddison INGLIS, she represents a big danger to the Hungarian player, because she's also won 5 matches on grass and played an extra 2 for 7 matches all up. So I would like to think that Maddison INGLIS is a really good show here on court 10. Their game is an afternoon match. They start at 3 in the afternoon. So hopefully we'll see an Australian win there. So that's the preview, Wimbledon 2022, the first round matches, all the Australian women covered there for you. That's 6 matches. Now, what's our prediction? Well, you would like to think that Tomljanovic, Flawless, Daria SAVILLE, Astra SHARMA and Maddison INGLIS, you would like to think they're all in with a big show against their opponents. We'd like to see 5 wins out of 6. Zoe Hives, we're not counting her out against Maria Sakkari, but the pedigree of Sakkari and where she's coming from, you'd have to say that Zoe Hives is up against it. And also look out for our other upcoming series on Wimbledon, stripped of rankings points. We're going to be presenting some episodes looking into the circumstances and the ramifications, consequences, a little bit of the fallout from that decision by Wimbledon, and then how the player tours reacted to that decision. And also, coming up after Wimbledon, leading into the US Open, we're going to be looking at the topic of mental health and how professional tennis players down the rankings, how those players on the Challenger and ITF circuits deal with being players travelling around the world looking to rack up rankings points so they can forge their way into the Grand Slams and the challenges they deal with. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You're listening to This Australian Open Live. You can watch us on the internet all over the world from anywhere you are, and we've also got our podcast going, of course, hosted by Acast, but you can find us on Spotify, on all those channels. The names was just escaped me, isn't that hopeless? But you can find us on wisewords.com.au. You can find the podcast and listen from the comfort of your lounge room, your laptop, your mobile, when you're on the train, when you're on the plane, anywhere in the world. This Australian Open Life will be pleased and happy to keep you company. Thanks for joining us. on this Australian Open Life. You've been listening to me, the bloke who walks, sometimes known as the bloke who bangs on a bit. We're based in Melbourne, Australia. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please keep following. Please keep enjoying these episodes and enjoy the tennis. We hope you're having a great time keeping an eye on these elite international tennis players. So that about wraps it up. Hope you enjoyed that very rudimentary summary. I'm not going to pat myself on the back about the quality of this episode. It was really just about bringing together all those names of all those players and just letting you know that that's where things are at. Because we live in a digital age, but it's actually sometimes not that easy to find all this information. And the Christmas New Year's break, I mean, who wants to spend all their time looking at endless streams of apps and websites and so let us do all the hard work for you. That's what we're here for. And it's so very much appreciated that we're finding out that from most of the viewers, whether it's by comments or likes or subscriptions, that this Australian Open Life is hitting the mark for you. You've been listening to Bloke Who Walks. This was our Wildcards episode of the Spotlight series. Have a great new year. Thanks for listening, and we'll chat to you very soon. Bye for now. Based in Melbourne, Australia, this Australian Open Life is produced by Wise Words Media and Calumny Films.